no, off top.
Yeah, but yeah, like nah, we was talking about the whole like Ebro shit, man. Yeah, Ebro got to build his shit from the ground up now, though. You know what I'm saying? Because the same people you see when you're going up is the same people you're gonna see when you're going down. Now he got to come on these YouTube streets and he got to build his shit up from the ground up now.
Yeah, I felt like he definitely is gonna build his whatever he does next. He's gonna build it on the foundation of being that snarky, you know, a not so popular opinion having individual. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah,
see because that's what he's been. I don't see that changing. You know what I mean?
nah, for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, it don't even matter at this point because I mean, you know, his relevancy was on the radio. So he ain't
Yeah.
on the radio no more. I really don't care nothing about him. I didn't care. I didn't really care for him when he was on the radio because I felt like he was standing in front of a lot of the talent that hold up,
Like a
hold
real
on.
gatekeeper.
Yeah, hold on, let me put this shit on. What you call it? Because I don't know nobody calling me, man. Yeah, but yeah, I feel like you know you on there now. You got to build your shit up from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? You was an asshole when you was in position. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And what they don't realize is like you in a position that means that there's somebody over you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't cost nothing to be nice. He
Yeah,
was an
and
asshole.
it could be costly to be, the latter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I said, I didn't like the Kodak Black shit because I felt like, you talking to this guy like you know for sure that he the reason why that he did what he did. Like you talking to him like he's guilty. That's why I see where Kodak kind of got pissed off. Like you talking to me like I'm guilty. Number two, this is an open case, so we shouldn't even be discussing this.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah, like
mean?
he brings them on a big platform, and instead of empowering the kid that's coming up and then coming from poverty, and now the kid got an opportunity, you want to immediately go to the smut, the alleged smut on his name. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was whack. That was whack, and I see why Kodak walked out of that interview.
It's
Who
it's
the hell would
unfortunate just
sit there?
because he's probably gonna have a following no matter what, because there's a lot of people who like that fuck shit that he does. You know what I mean?
Maybe so. But at the end of the day, like you got to build your shit from the ground up. You Rosenberg, I felt like Laura Styles caught a stray though. I ain't gonna hold you because she was actually cool. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
you around two assholes. You know what I mean? What's
I
up,
think she
chat?
was an actual journalist, correct? Like a music journalist.
I think so. I think
Yeah.
she
So
was.
because she actually was the question asker versus like Rosenberg would always say some dumbass like he makes 12-year-old comments for being like a 60 or 50-year-old dude or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. He was a little too emotional. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
We don't need them type of dudes in the game anyway. You feel me? Because I feel like I don't know why. Like I said, Hot 97 was a powerhouse, man. You feel me? And a lot of their talent left and went to 105. I never knew why though. You know what I
Run
mean?
me down the list of the migration. Like who originated at 97 and ended up at Power 105.
Angie Martinez.
Oh yeah, that's the
Um,
big one right there.
I think Clue. Yeah, Clue was on 97. All the major DJs was on 97. Like Clue,
Envy
Red
too.
Alert. Well, Red Alert, he kind of retiring mode. But
DJ
Envy,
Self.
you know what I'm saying? Envy was on there.
What about
You
AM? Was
know.
AM there?
Who?
DJ AM or is it Amen?
I
Is it
don't know
AM?
who that is.
Okay. Okay. What about I'm just throwing out names. I'm guessing right now at
Yo,
this
let
point.
me tell you something with Who Kid, man. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Tell me about Who
Who
Kid.
Kid for me, like Who Kid was known for like playing a lot of the G Unit exclusives, but
Yeah.
I've never like really known Who Kid to be like a real DJ like that. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
not saying he don't got skills, but that's not what I seen him display. His whole thing was playing all the exclusive G Unit shit. So that's really what I know him for. The
You know how
mixtapes
Who
and
Kid
shit
got
like
all
that.
that shit?
What?
It's actually a pretty cool story. He was him and Rose. So DJ Who Kid and what was it, Paul Rosenberg, right? They were on Yayo and Murder Joint. And it was a really good interview because I didn't know anything about Who Kid like that. But Who Kid was infamous, bro. He would walk up in the studios, like he would be like, he would have other engineers, right? That worked in the studios. He called who's on the schedule. Oh, it's Jay-Z. Okay. What time? From midnight to 4. He'll wait outside. As soon as he sees them leave, 4 o'clock in the morning, he go right in there. And they'll be like, maids and whatever. They just look at him like he's like an A&R. He just walks in, steals the DAP ticks, bruh. And listen, so he would, and he said it was real work. He would have to sit through the DAP tapes, and it's a tape. So all the time,
he a
he's like, hey,
thief.
bring it back. This guy would steal the whole
thievery.
tapes, Brody.
Yeah, he a thief, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
he was a thief, man. He was robbing.
yeah, that shit crazy. But now I heard oh, you ain't hear that what you call it? Pooh Shiesty and them got bail. They said there ain't no real evidence.
This is crazy.
Yeah, they said ain't no real evidence. I'm like,
but there's like cameras all in, like, of them leaving with the luxury items that Gucci and them walked in with, like. So, but
I seen still pictures though. The pictures don't really say
you're right.
nothing.
It wasn't no footage. It was still pictures.
I ain't seen no footage.
You're right.
The still pictures don't say nothing. You know what I mean? It just so 2-3 dudes exiting somewhere. One dude grabbing Gucci or whatever. Like I don't see no guns. I don't see none of that. So, and you got to think like this the feds. So if they really had something, they wouldn't have got no bail.
That is true because he's not even allowed to be around X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you who. See, everybody looking at Gucci Mane, right? The main person they need to be looking at is Pooh Shiesty Pops.
Hey, I heard he one of them ones too.
Nah, he told.
Oh, he told.
That's what I was hearing on Wack Honey joint. I heard he told, and I'm like, that's kind of a liability when you got a situation like that. Because you see, that's remember what we was talking about earlier, and I was like, these dudes be telling, and then they want to come back out here on some gangster shit. Like that's the shit I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like, go live your life. Like, what the fuck you want to keep? Like, that's why I say these streets is dangerous, man. Because you got a little bit of everybody moving around and shit. But it wasn't smart. But you know what though? Even with Shiesty, I feel like he's exactly who he say he is. Everybody feel like Pooh Shiesty was stupid for it, but it's like y'all champion this type of behavior though. Y'all championing gangster shit. So when he do some gangster shit, now like everybody like, oh, he's stupid. But he is who he said he was. Now I don't personally agree with it, but what happens when you're in the street when somebody playing with your money? You got to exhibit some violence, right? Like I said, I don't champion it, but at the end of the day, like
you mess with somebody brand,
with him, some people, what you see is exactly what you get. There's no middle ground. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, it is what it is, man. But I know in the end he won like I said, he won the battle, but he ain't gonna win the war though, because he's still gonna be tied up in that contract. That's
you can't forcibly first of all, what they're alleging is like kidnapping.
History repeats itself. Remember the first situation, Eazy-E, NWA, it repeats itself.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they get Dre up out of Ruthless, right?
Yeah, and all them diss records Dre was shooting at Eazy and them, Eazy got paid.
Yeah, because he still had their he still had a piece of their publishing or whatnot.
No. The contract that Dre was in, when they forced Eazy to sign him off the contract, it wasn't upheld in court.
Oh,
so that contract was still in place. Yeah, that contract was still in place. And that's the same thing that's going to happen in this situation. That's not going to hold up in court. Like you done got him to sign off the contract. He done it under duress.
Yeah, under duress.
Yeah, he done it under duress. So
shit, you could be inebriated and then go to court after and be like, "Listen, I was totally out of my mind when I signed that shit." You get a good lawyer. You might be able to get out of this.
Yeah, you might be able to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that shit crazy, man. But it's wild. Like I said, Keep an eye on his pops though, because people, I heard one dude saying he was like, I don't think he gonna go out like Queso dad. Man, no, nobody know nothing.
Yeah, nobody
Okay,
know nothing.
nobody know nothing. So at the end of the day, we don't know what he gonna do.
I
You
mean,
know,
look at that. Even with the case of Queso's pops, bro. Like I was just like, I don't even think that's the first time we've seen a pops point the finger at his child, bro. Or
yeah,
even
that's the
vice
first time
versa.
in history. That's the first time I seen it with a rapper. It probably happened like
For sure.
in history before, but that's the first time I seen it with a dude that's supposed to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I've seen
Like
some,
your son is part of the reason why you're part of the reason why your son is who he is. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
because the apple usually doesn't fall far from the tree.
Yep. That's how I go. That's how I go. But yeah, like I'm just waiting to see that Clue interview from Gully. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to Gully though. But I want
Yeah,
to see that Clue interview. Because I'm like, yo, from the clips I've seen, I'm like, yo, I know that like Clue is super political on that interview. Like he's not gonna answer none of them good questions. None of the
for
questions
real.
that Gully want to know as a fan, I know he's not gonna answer that.
Well, think about
He's
this.
gonna spin it.
Part of that generation, part of your repertoire was the ability to curve. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know what I
And you
mean?
gotta
Like you
understand,
just
like
flew curves, some
he's
shit that you don't
still
want. You know what I mean?
Clue is not retired. Clue is still with
Active, yeah.
105. So he's still active. So he's still gotta be a little political with it. You know what I mean? He's not gonna tell you everything.
I
He's
mean,
not.
even with
Like I
J.
said,
Cole. Go ahead.
the which was Cadillac Ty interview, I think was a better interview because Cadillac Ty was totally transparent. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you want. That's part of what makes a good interview when you're transparent about shit. Like, you feel me?
Yeah, when you
When
can
every
truly get candid with somebody and it doesn't feel like an interview as much as it does a conversation. You know what I mean?
facts,
Yeah.
facts. You know what I'm saying? You know, I just
Yeah,
can't
Gilly
wait.
TV's got some good joints in his heyday.
Yeah, no, he got some good interviews. You know what I mean? He got some. I don't feel like Gully gets the credit that he should get for the amount of content. Like he does, he has a lot of good interviews on that joint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
I think you're the one
but
that
he
put me
talk
on
his
Gilly
shit.
TV a
So
couple years ago.
huh?
You're the one that put me on a Gully TV when I first met you a couple years ago.
Yeah, yeah. I fuck with all them like Gully, Doggy Diamonds. You know why? I fuck with the independent content creators because you if you see somebody build their page up from ground zero, you can learn more from that than a rapper that just getting paid to sit in a
Yeah,
seat
get
and talk.
signs a podcast
He didn't
deal.
build that platform.
No.
He's getting paid from the people that built the platform, but he didn't build the platform. But when you look at independent content creators, you can see exactly what they did, like the steps they took. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And
So
all the
it's
rappers were like, "We ain't getting no money off this music, man. The bag is in the
they want to jump,
podcast
yeah, they want to
gulag
jump in the
now."
podcast bag now. Like,
And they got name. They do have name value for what it's worth, right? So then,
nah, they
you know,
do. They do.
yeah, right. Like like when Fat Joe first and Kiss did their joint, I was excited at first, and then of course, it takes a little while. Then you clearly can see they're in their groove now. In the beginning, it was just like, you know what I mean? It was just
I don't
like, you
want
guys
I ain't gonna front, son. I don't want to be wanting to hear all them old hip hop stories you know what I mean? Because I've heard them already. It's like what
there you
like
go.
and the thing is, for me, for a lot of these like rappers that do podcasts, for me is the relatability. You know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
could relate to a regular independent content creator more than I could relate to a rapper. I don't live a rapper's lifestyle.
It's a fact.
So I can't relate to most of that shit he's saying because I don't live his lifestyle. But the independent content creator, you know, this motherfucker doing content, but he might have a 9 to 5 he go to. You know what I mean? Like that's our life. That's the shit I relate to. You feel me? Then he might talk about topics that more affect me, the everyday person,
Yeah.
as opposed to rappers talking about topics that affect other rappers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the
Rap gossip.
conversation is different. You know what I'm saying? I do catch the clips and shit like that, and some of the stuff be cool, but for me to just jump on the Jada, Joe, and just tune in all day long,
Yeah. Watch a 2 hour show.
yeah,
I,
nah.
you, there is some joints like for example when he had Tony Yayo on, and I thought that was cool because you would never imagine that any of those guys from either of those camps would ever sit down ever and talk and laugh. And
Man, that shit wasn't no real beef to begin with.
I mean,
It wasn't no real beef to begin with.
if
You know
Fifth
what I'm
and
saying? Ain't
them were
nobody
really
die, ain't nobody
active,
get killed, and you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no real beef to begin with. So if nobody got hurt, you know what I mean? We just had then it's basically a disagreement.
It's a Cold War.
Yeah, it's a disagreement. It ain't really no beef.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that it's like this. It's the street rappers having a rap beef, so to speak, because it never left Wax. I mean, it never went no further than Wax, like you said.
I mean, it was simple. Like 50 felt like anybody who aligned themselves with Ja Rule is my enemy. And you got to understand, Ja Rule is in the music business. So what the fuck? Like, you think everybody gonna stop fucking with Ja Rule because you don't like him? Absolutely not.
Yeah,
Ja Rule is still a popping artist at that time.
I mean, shit. Even more so, people that not just Ja, like people that rocked with Irv, and Irv was a producer and had artists on his label, and you know what I mean. He working with Fat Joe and everybody. You know what I mean?
Irv Gotti broke two of the biggest artists in the game. I
Yeah,
mean, his
J and
other
X.
artists, but J and X.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Irv got a lot of pull, man. You know what I mean? So that wasn't real, man. You know, they could sit down and chop it up and hash that shit out. That shit wasn't about nothing. You know what I'm saying? But for me, like, you know, like I said, I catch the clips though. You know what I mean? I've never sat through a whole episode of that situation. Because I noticed like
the name of the pod right off the top of my head. I was trying to think of the name the whole time.
You talking about the Joe and Jada joint?
Oh yeah, Joe and Jada. There you go. I couldn't remember the name. I was like Jada kissing something.
I never really sat through a whole. I think Cameron podcast is a little bit more entertaining.
Me too. I'm also
because Cameron is naturally funny. Like he be cracking jokes, you know what I mean? And then some of the stories be kind of crazy, like you know what I mean. So I think his joint is a little bit more entertaining. You know what I'm saying?
That's probably the only one that's in the rotation routinely with me because like I love the dynamic between Cam and Mace, or even just Cam by himself, or when he brings on Sin City and some other
You know why he brought on Sin City though? Because Sin City gonna challenge him. Sin City not just gonna go with everything Cameron say. He's not just gonna agree with everything Cam say, and it's good. It makes for good dialogue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's good to have.
Yeah, I just see one recently. He was like, "You ever think Jay went at you subliminally at all in any songs?" He's like, "Yeah."
Hell yeah.
He said, and then he went. He said he did. He said we was saying some slick shit about Kanye. So then on the Watch the Throne album, on the he said live from the Mercer, fuck with Yeezy, we might murk you. Then he said flee in the G4. He said flee in the G45, I might surface. And he said political prisoner, your asylum can be purchased. Because Cam was on
Asylum Records. Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, Jay is so slick. You know what I mean? Like, because that wasn't even just subliminal. It was, but it was like, because his name is Flea. So it's like,
you ain't getting away with nothing fucking with him, yo. You ain't getting away with nothing. Jay don't miss nothing.
Jay got like the Batman radar where I got screens up everywhere. And he's like, what did he say about me?
Oh, you talking shit? Put you in that verse.
Zoom in on screen 84.
Brandon, you know what I seen? Yo, you know what I seen earlier? I seen Pepsi had pulled support from Kanye at the Wireless Festival, right?
Oh yeah, so that just happened right at SoFi.
Yeah. But I mean, they was a sponsor. You know what I mean? It's like, man, still do what you do. You know what I mean? But just know that everybody is not gonna forgive you for that shit you said, bro. And I don't even really think it's that. I think that Kanye has shown a history of being unpredictable. And it's like, if we back this man again and he does something again that damages our reputation or damage our brand because he's standing next to him, then it's like, you know what I mean?
There's twofold to it. Not only is he unpredictable, he's uncontrollable. You know what I mean? So someone you already can't control, that's going to do some unpredictable shit at any given moment. Here's the thing, too. Have you ever listened to Kanye's new joint?
Yeah, I heard some snippets.
I remember when
I
it
didn't listen to
dropped.
the whole project, but I gotta listen to the whole project. But I heard some snippets though.
So like a couple weeks ago, I had a studio sesh, and my daughter was gonna do some prom dress shopping. So we went down to the Bay. You know what I mean? And it's like a 2 hour ride. She's like, "Oh, did you hear Kanye's new joint?" I'm like, "Oh no, throw it on." Listen to the whole thing front to back on that trip, bro. I feel hella
Mm.
sad for him, bro. Like you hear his music, he's so sad. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he is
I
not. He
mean,
is. It sucks. Like, you're listening to a man. He has all the fortunes and riches, and this guy he's missing something that he's missing something bad. You know what I mean?
I felt like, man, the conversation came up now that they're wondering how would Kanye fare against Jay in the verses. Like, how would he
Let's
measure
play
up
this game
against
real
Jay in
quick.
the verses? Hmm?
Okay, you do the J side. I'll be the Kanye side. Okay, let's just do like a mock, right? So, come on, hit me with one.
What you talking about? The songs?
Yeah, come on.
Oh, I ain't about to go down all of Jay songs. I
Okay,
already
no,
know
no, no. I'm talking
Kanye. To
about throw
me,
one out there, and then I'll throw one back at you on the Kanye side.
um, I would say girls, girls, girls. That's
Okay, that's a
one.
nice start. That's a smash too. I mean, I'd
Yep.
probably go with I would go with flashing lights then right out the gate. Hit with a big hitter.
And then you hit them with "Excuse me, miss."
Ooh, okay.
You know what
So
I'm
you
saying?
get with Pharrell?
You could hit them with. Well, they would need Dipset for that. The Welcome to New York City, but that was a big song.
Yeah, Cam. That was
Um,
him and Cam, right?
yeah,
I'm from New York City. Oh,
yeah,
okay. Kanye, he got shit. Bigger, faster, stronger, or whatever it's called. Stronger. That was a
yeah. That
mega
song.
pop
That song
hit,
was hot. That
right?
song was
That
hot.
song was dope. The Rogers
I,
Daps.
you know, I just feel like even though Jay is a major artist, don't get it twisted, but Kanye, I feel like he has the younger generation. Like
Mhm.
Jay, I feel like Jay's fan base stops at a certain age. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
Kanye has the rest.
Where it's
So
like
let's
where
say,
Jay is known to a lot of the younger generations as Beyonce's husband, this legend in the rap game, but big business mogul, versus Kanye is like a fashion icon. He's a relevant artist because he never stops
Kanye
dropping.
is a renaissance man.
Renaissance man. There
He
you
do it
go. He does it
all.
all.
You know what I'm saying? He a
And he
renaissance
does it
man. But
all well.
I feel like in order for you to really like understand Jay's lyrics, like I'm talking about the album cuts, not the shit that's mainstream.
Yeah, you had that little life.
That's that's for like, yeah, you gotta live a little. You know what I'm saying? You gotta live a little. Like I would say Jay is like 30 and up, and I would say Kanye is 30 and under. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Because
Yeah, it's not
Kanye really
even
shaped
like
and
I
molded
play old
this new
Kanye shit.
generation here.
Like even on my
Huh?
Kanye playlist, it's all old shit. You know what I mean? I got some
Yeah,
joints from
yeah,
Don on there,
yeah. You know what I mean?
but
I
even
feel
Don
like
is like
Kanye is trying to
11 years old now.
rebuild. Yeah, he's trying to rebuild after damaging his brand. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And this is the rebuild. You know, this is the rebuild.
the
Now, the only
album that
thing
he
I be
dropped, Bully, is really dope though. Like the production, all the check boxes that you would expect to
I
be
mean,
checked off for
Kanye,
a
he's
Kanye
talented.
joint.
He gonna be who he is. The one thing I'm looking at though is Drake album that's anticipated, the Iceman album, is that gonna knock a ball out the park? Because I feel like the expectations for that album is gonna be super high, yo.
You want to
Like
know what's annoying about that?
unrealistically high.
You know what's annoying about that expectation is because that expectation is going to make him debut at number one, no matter how trash that project is or how good it is. Because, like you said, the
Mm,
anticipation, right? So he's going to go number one right away, more than likely on the first week's numbers, right? He's Drake,
mm.
and everybody's been waiting a long time. I think he's trying to figure out what's a good time because I don't think he's with the rollout shit. He already tried the rollout shit, and it kind of look. When remember he's doing a little Pinocchio
But
videos and all that
but see,
bullshit.
but this the thing though. Like when you see, it's how he ended that battle is what set the tone. Because
Mm.
taking a loss is nothing. I think if he would have took it in stride and just waited a little bit and then hit him with some of the best music they ever heard in a while, I feel like he wouldn't have missed nothing. Everything would have been straight. But the fact that you took that loss hard, you took it like a sore loser. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you started, oh, I want to sue and all this other shit. So now when you try to put out a project, you got that stigma on you now. Especially if you're talking shit in them records on the new album, now people definitely looking at you like, bro, you just sued this man. Like now you talking shit in the new records, and you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know, man. I feel like now what
I
I will
think
say though,
him and
I
J.
will say
Cole,
this.
it's really hard for them to come back from this. Look at J. Cole out. Is it? Oh, what's up, man? Sure. You're gonna walk over there? I'm gonna just here. Okay, babe. Text me right when you get there. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to the J. Cole, I listen to J. Cole album. J. Cole album is decent. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it
But I just
was. I
felt
mean,
like,
it's what I expected from a J. Cole album. But I'm just saying,
but
like, the impact.
he's another one that had a stigma. Like, bro, you put out a whole diss track and then took it off and apologized. Like, what the fuck kind? Like, I ain't never seen no shit like that in hip hop, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, he can get past it, but that's like a stigma,
Yeah.
like a knock to your reputation. Like, bro, you might as well not get involved if you was gonna do that. You feel what I'm saying? So, but I
Careful
don't
on the
know.
scooter, babe.
I'm really waiting to see what this new Drake album sound like, because one thing I will say is this, right? Uh when Drake was popping before the battle, I felt like Drake provided, like he gave he gave the industry the care package, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And
Like when
I
you go
felt
out to the
like,
nightclubs,
yeah,
Drake is one of
he
the
controlled the
sounds that
cool.
set the tone in the nightlife of modern history or modern day.
Yeah, he controlled, because I'm not gonna front, bro. Ever since Drake kind of fell back, bro, this music been kind of dead. Like the rap side of it been kind of dead, bro. It's been
Yeah,
kind of dead, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. And Kanye, I mean not Kanye, Kendrick can't fill those shoes. So
yeah,
that's
because
why some
Kendrick has no desire to be the pop sensation that.
I get it.
'Cause-
Okay, all right.
yeah,
So no, I'm gonna go off that point right there,
okay,
right? You said Kendrick has no desire to be the pop sensation, right? Then why
yeah.
be so hard pressed to take the nigga out the spot that is providing that?
I think it's because it's
Because you're not gonna replace what he was
I
providing.
think it's a
So if you're not gonna
philosophical
do that, then
difference.
it's like, what did you do it for?
It's philosophical differences here. Like Drake wants to be the number one, right? When like
Mm,
Kendrick wants to be the best at the pure art, right? The pure art of what he believes is hip hop, and he
yeah,
believes
I
he
get that.
embodies it. And then Drake is the manufactured, watered down version of it. But Drake is the one who brings the masses as ears and eyes to
But
the genre.
Drake music, but let's keep it a buck, bro. Niggas listen to more Drake than they do Kendrick, bro. Let's just
The
keep
fact.
that a buck.
because
People as a
Drake's in
whole.
way more scenarios where people are listening to Drake. Drake is in the
The
nightlife
music just
scenarios.
sounds good though. It's not like the music sounds good. Like we not
Yeah,
gonna
Drake
sit here
makes
and act like
joints.
Drake ain't got joints. The music
Yeah.
sounds good, and I feel
And
like,
I'm not a Drake fan,
look,
but
check
I
this
make
out.
music and I produce music. I know what good music should sound in, what it looks like, what it feels like. So I can't knock Drake. I never knock Drake for that. I just don't vibe with his me personally. Even when it comes to Kendrick, I think Kendrick's one of the best
No, I think the only
lyrically
issue I have with Drake is when he try to like
tough
try
guy.
to move over to the street part of it. I'm like,
Mhm.
you got that ain't really you right there. Your thing is making songs for the ladies, and
Yeah,
being vulnerable with your emotions and the
you're
relationships and
right.
dealing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the Drake I like. But this is the thing, right? When 50 Cent and Ja Rule was going at it, right? When 50 prevailed over Ja Rule, 50 had to provide what Ja Rule was providing.
Yeah. So he started
So if
doing
you
the candy
notice, all the
chops
shit
and
that he clowned Ja Rule for, he ended up doing, because you have to provide what Ja Rule was providing, or else you're not a good replacement. You see what I'm
yeah.
saying? So it's the same thing with Kendrick. If you're gonna take Drake out of his spot, you have to provide what Drake's providing. Because if you're gonna just go do that and then you're gonna go dark for 5 years, what the fuck did you do that for? What was the point
And
of that?
and like what's crazy is like
Because
I'm
hold up.
go ahead.
Let's not act like Drake wasn't giving out care packages all over this industry.
Yeah, the
Who? How
Drake
many
stimulus
people?
package.
How many people? How many people Kendrick put on, bro?
Only his family really, but Baby
Man,
Keem.
get the fuck out of here. So what you did all that for? If you're not gonna bring nothing to the game and you're gonna be selfish, what you did all that for? Because now the game is dead and you're not providing. Nobody want to hear that shit over and over again. If you're not going to replace what Drake was providing for the clubs and the nightlife, then what are we talking about here?
You know what's
You see
crazy
what I'm
is that
saying? I'm just giving you another
yeah,
side of
yeah,
the argument.
another
You feel
side of the
me?
coin.
Yeah,
No,
you know.
I could dig it, right? You know, here's another thing too. Is like that GNX album. You know that thing. It had joints on there, and for the entirety of 25, that's all we got was Kendrick and SZA and then so now we're in 26. It's been really dry. We're in fucking April. You know what I
And I
mean?
feel like it's dry because Drake was like the lubricant, was making everything work. He was running like a
I feel
well-oiled
like
machine.
he's gonna drop this summer at least at minimum.
I think he should. I think he
You
should drop
remember
this
10
summer.
years ago? 10 years ago is
But
when you
I
saw
think,
the switch on Drake. The all summer 16. Remember that?
yeah, I think he has to put out some of the best music he's ever made. Be very meticulous with the production. Be very meticulous with the lyrics. Like he gotta really give it his all
I
this
need the best
time. Because
producers
I
and the
feel like
best
there's still
writers.
room. There's still room for Drake to come back outside, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Because the streets been missing Drake right now. I ain't gonna hold you. This music game been kind of dead, bro. R&B doing this thing though.
You
Let
know,
me
you know
not.
what's
I'm just
crazy?
talking about the hip
I
hop
think
side of it.
Drake's lawsuit might have hurt him more than he thought it would. Because maybe these labels too, and they're not fucking with it right now.
I feel like time. People to get past that with time. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, as long look, Drake has a 200 million for whatever the $200 million contract. It was his last contract, his last re-up with Universal. Bro, they're not going to
Yeah,
allow Drake to disappear, bro. They have too much invested in him.
yeah. You know what I mean? I just feel like if you're not gonna provide what Drake was providing, then why even start up all this shit? You know what I'm saying?
I,
But if you
I
can
mean,
take somebody's
when
spot and and be
somebody
a
was
better
throwing shots
version
at
of
you,
them,
you got to send them. You know what I mean?
yeah. But if you could take over somebody's spot because you're a better version of them, then I feel like it's justified. But if you're not a better version, if you can't provide what they was providing, and now we got to take a loss, you know what I mean? It's like, bruh, like what? Why even do that? Why even go that route? You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna front, son. Like I love the battle part of it. You
Mm.
feel me? But I feel like Drake gotta, he gotta have tough skin, bro. This hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Now, on the Kendrick side, it's like, okay, you came out to this dude for what? To drop an album. Okay, we heard the album. Now the album is phasing on out. Now what else you gonna provide?
Yeah. And
What
we know
else you
how
gonna
Kendrick
provide for our
usually.
ears?
You know what's kind of crazy, bro? Look at the irony of this. Kendrick, for what it's worth, we didn't expect any new music. He jumps out on this fucking future joint, and then the rest is history, right? It's almost like
Yeah.
the Drake call outs forced
Mhm.
Kendrick's hand to actually put an album out too, because while he had all this momentum from doing dropping the battle tracks with
He
Drake,
had to put an album out because
had
if
to
he
put an
didn't,
album out.
because people would have been like, "What the fuck you did all this for?" If you
Yeah,
wasn't going to drop no
exactly.
music.
And look, yeah, why not, right? Put the album out, win all the Grammys, do the Super Bowl halftime, fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then when you look at it, like we not dressing like Kendrick. Drake provided the cool, man. Like what I'm saying, like we not dressing like Kendrick, man. You know what I mean? Like but I do say I do feel a void. I do feel a void has been, it's like a
Yeah.
vacuum. You know what I mean? And
And
it's like,
country
damn.
and R&B have been able to creep up in there, and country specifically get a stranglehold on it right now, while rap is weak. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, you know, but rap gonna be rap. I mean, I'm just looking at what this summer gonna look like. Somebody better come with some good music this year around this summer, man. Because I'm like, because then this whole summer, because remember we didn't have a summer song. Well, Well, actually, you could. I mean, if you want to be technical, you could say that the Kendrick joint, you know, was that was it, he ran that summer. But
Yeah,
we didn't have a summer song like the song
last
that
year.
makes you want to come outside, get dressed, go get a haircut. We didn't have that song last summer,
You ain't lying. I
and we
mean,
need to have that this summer.
I guess the
Or
closest
else
we
I'm just
had
like,
was an
what the hell really
R&B joint.
going on?
We had the what's his name? Is it not Carl Thomas? Something Thomas? The I'm a dime.
Leon Thomas. Yeah, he from my
Yeah.
city. Leon
That was
Thomas. Yeah.
yeah.
That was
Shout out to
fire.
Sacramento,
That was
right?
fire.
I think that was the one big
Who
song
from
that
South
was like,
Sacramento?
yeah. Shout out to Sacramento, man. You know what I mean?
You said
Sacktown stand up.
who from South Sac?
What's his name? Yeah, he's from South Sac. Yeah, that's right.
You talking about Leon Thomas?
Yeah,
No, he from
I
Brooklyn.
I thought he was from Sacramento. Oh, it might have been the
Google it.
producer because I
Probably the
remember reading
producer.
something on
Leon
him. I
Thomas
was
from
like, who's
Brooklyn.
this guy? Oh, he's out of Brooklyn. That's what's up. Okay.
Yeah, Leon Thomas from Brooklyn. Now, like I said, R&B has been doing its thing. I mean, you got Mariah the Scientist,
Mm-hmm. Summer.
you got Kalani, you know what I'm saying? You got Leon Thomas, Bryson Tiller dropped a new joint.
Summer. You
Who
got
else
Summer
dropped a
out
new
there.
project? Huh?
Summer Walker.
Yeah, Summer Walker, she gonna do her thing. She like the new version of Mary J. Blige, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
she gonna be in the game for a while. She gonna
you
be in
ain't
the game
lying.
for a while. Brent Fires, I fuck with him. I heard he just dropped
He
a
just
new
dropped some.
project.
Let me ask you something,
Yeah,
bro. What's
like
up with this? This might be like 2 weeks news at this point. What's up with the dumbass Monica album? Like, what was going on there?
Monica? Was she supposed to
Yeah,
drop a
as
new
in
album?
the white boy. He dropped an album called Monica because it sounds like Monica. You know what I mean?
Man, I don't be checking for that bullshit, bro. Like
Yeah,
for real, man.
I can't even remember the bull's name, bro.
Yeah, make a hit, stand out, do something, man. You
What
want
is
to come with
brother's name?
all this
He
weird,
on the album.
yeah.
He's trying to do. Oh, there you go. It was the white boy. He got the little Jufro. What is his name? Carl something. Carl.
Call who?
Jack Carlo. So Jack Carlo, he
I
comes
don't
out with
be.
an
I
album
don't
called
listen to them
Monica.
dudes, bro. I'm sorry, I don't listen to them dudes. You
He's
know.
like trying to do like neo soul, and he's on the cover
Yeah,
wearing
I'm cool on that. Yeah, that can go in the trap. That could go in the trash
yo.
bin, man. Like
Did he
I'm
want to
cool with
quit
that,
rap
man.
or something? Like, why you drop? Like, that's not even funny. Monica.
Man, listen, man. Like Eminem set the bar, man. So all they got to do is top that. Jack Harlow, Logic, you know, MGK, and all them. They got to top.
Do we
They
throw
got to top
Drake
that
and J
bar.
Cole in that category because they're half?
Nah, nah.
Because they're
I
never
don't.
going to be
I
looked
don't
at
think
like
there's.
white dudes. They're always going to be looked at like black dudes, no matter what.
Mm-mm. J Cole is J Cole. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
you know, at the end of the day, man, I don't really be listening to that shit like that. Eminem was the one that had me because Eminem was a true MC. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But everybody else that came after, I mean, Logic could rap. You know, there's a few people that can rap, but
Logic
nobody
is
never
so
stood
weak to
out
me.
like M. No, nobody never stood out like M. I'm sorry. Like that's just what it is. Now I'm gonna tell you something. You know what a question I would have asked Clue?
Mm,
I would have asked him like I feel like I would have asked him what he feels like the biggest issue with today's rap, like in hip hop today, right?
hmm
Because one of my issues I feel like is that when I find artists that I actually like, it's like I'm not even there for when they first came out. Like I'm hearing about them years later because
Yeah,
it's so many fucking artists. And then it's
that's a
like
fact.
you gotta dig through this shit. If they don't go viral, then you gotta dig through this shit to find these people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I feel like they gotta bring back curated playlists, man. Like not I ain't talking about radio wise, but I'm talking about like a total request, a TRL, the
yeah.
BET, the stuff where you can call in and make requests and it'll you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They got to bring back those playlists, man, because I don't be knowing who's hot unless they go viral, and if they don't, it's like I'm just missing out on all this good music. Like now, people say,
You
"Oh, go
know,
get Apple Music and all that," but man, Apple Music is whack. YouTube Premium is way better than Apple Music. Let's just keep that up. You know what I
And I
mean?
never realized the magnitude of streaming actually kind of messed up TV too in that aspect of because like scheduled programming is
Yeah.
totally out the window
Yeah,
nowadays.
because now you look, because now I got Prime, I got Netflix,
Yeah,
and
me
I think I
too.
got something else. But the thing is, it's so many shows, you don't know which one is good.
Yeah, you
And
got to get
I
the.
hate to start like a series and then it's whack, and it's like, damn, I didn't wasted 2 hours on this joint, or 3. I can't get into it. Like, so it's like you need references. Like, oh, yo, is that hot? You start looking at
Mhm.
ratings. You start looking at, because you don't want to waste your time watching some whack shit. And that's how I feel about music. It's like I don't want to waste my
Hmm.
time listening to some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at least put a curated playlist. I could tune into that channel and see who's hot, and I could just go from there. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it's exhausting trying to find good music like from new artists now these days that's actually good. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking exhausting, bro.
Hey,
That's why when people be like, "Oh, this person rap, that person rap," I'm like, man, I don't want to hear your fucking raps, man. Go make some fire. Go make history, bro.
yeah.
I don't want to hear that bullshit for real. I'm listening to the radio yesterday. I hear Young Boy on the radio, and I'm
Young boy
trying to
got one on
listen
the
to like,
radio. Oh shit.
yeah, he got one. He popping. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But
Well, I mean,
his
because
music,
he made a career without the radio, pretty much. So that's why I was surprised.
his
Oh shit, got one
career
on the radio.
to me, I feel like his career was built. Like Young Boy was better when he first came out. You know what I mean? Like the first couple of albums or mixtapes that he dropped, I think that was his best shit. But
And he's like this
the
generation's like he's their like their I hate when I was just about to say he's like their pop, but I mean I can find a different comparison. Someone
I mean,
the, when it comes
I
to a
guess,
generation, an artist for a generation, and they champion like them youngsters, them teenagers that was teenagers 10 years ago, and now they're in their 20s now. This is their champion right here. You know what I mean?
yeah,
This is their
yeah.
fucking. It's like the Tupac of their era.
I mean, I get it, but my thing is like the quality of the music is like,
You know,
you know what I'm saying? Like
I
I'm
get what
listening
you're
to
saying.
that joint yesterday. I'm
No
just
one's
like, what the fuck
comparable
do
to
people
pop
see in
music
this
if you ask me in
music,
that
bro?
sense. But I mean, as far as like, this is who this
I mean, I get
generation.
all that. I get all that. It's just it ain't music to my ears when I listen to it. I don't care how
Yeah,
big they prop them up.
yeah, yeah. Me neither. And you know what? And shout out to the young bulls. You know what I mean, and that that's not for us. I'm actually proud to be an elder statesman these days. Yeah, it's alternative. He's definitely influenced by like heavy metal and punk rock, like super heavy. Yeah, yeah. So it's almost like alternative hip hop. Like it's almost like a subgenre. Yeah, yeah. He was saying some shit. Oh, that's right. Remember he had the joint with Primo and Meth. He had the joint with Primo and Meth. That shit was hard. Uh, Fred Durst. All together now. What? And mm, yeah, that's right. He did the Damien Part Two or whatever with DMX. That was pretty dope. Because the thing about this too, it was like it made sense too because they were both like on the darker side of imagery, right? And they were the biggest shit at the
Yeah.
time simultaneously. You know what I mean?
Yes.
In two
Yes.
different
Marilyn Manson was big on the
number one
rock side and
different
DMX
genres.
was big on the hip hop side.
Fuck
For
yeah.
sure.
He's the only one to
For
put out
sure.
what the two number ones within like 8 months or something like that.
Yeah, back to back.
Yeah,
Two he dropped X dropped 2 platinum albums in the same year. You know what I'm saying? That's
you ain't
crazy.
lying. And
That
even
is
the third
crazy, bro.
installment, like the third installment that came like like a year later, even You know, they had that "Y'all Gonna Make Me Lose My Mind." You know, it had a little more commercial, like poppy-esque. But even that song, that was the commercial song that
Good
they used.
looking, chat.
That was a diss track.
Yeah.
That was a diss track to Corrupt.
Yeah. You know, I feel like if X didn't have that issue, his
with
shortcomings, he would have been a way bigger artist than Jay-Z, bro.
You know,
He
it's
would have
crazy.
been
DMX
no knock today. I love
had like
Jay,
a
but he
congregation
would
of
have
his
been a
own right
way
now.
bigger artist because his stage presence, like people felt him. Jay is guarded with his feelings. X let it all hang out.
Yeah.
And I think people relate to that more. He's more transparent with how he feels. Like,
bro,
you know what
DMX,
I mean?
no one, okay, if somebody cries, they're gonna clown you, right? Like our generations, right? How we grew up, they're gonna clown for someone showing their feelings. DMX, no one ever said that about X. When he does those prayers, he
because
on there
they felt
falling.
him.
Yeah.
You see, DMX, when he did his performance, he touched your soul.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't just talk to you. He touched your soul. So yes, is people gonna feel him? You know, that was one of the few rappers I seen performing at Woodstock. I had the crowd going crazy. You feel me?
Oh, that's right, the Woodstock '99.
Yeah, boy.
Hey, remember it got so crazy with like the Limp Bizkit like portion of the festival that like food started burning like the stages, like the stages were on fire and they're tearing down the walls, like that shit was going crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, and then they tore
was...
down a wall, and then people were holding the wall, the pieces of the wall, and he was crowd surfing, rocking, standing on the front. I was like, oh, that's Lord. You know what I mean? They were carrying this piece of the wall with him rocking on it like a surfboard.
Yo, X was one of them ones, boy. Like, see, I want an artist to come through that really shaped the industry. Like how when 50 first came out, he shook the whole industry. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Or like X when X came out. I think X came out a little humble. But I think once people listened to the album, they was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? And that's when, but I be one of the artists that really just shaped the whole shit up. Like, you feel me?
I mean, look at this. We had already lost Pac, right? And then we're going through the whole shiny suit bad boy little phase. And then DMX.
Yeah, but we here, I'm talking about we here now, today, now.
Oh, now. Oh,
where we going now?
I don't know. I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Where we going now? Because I want somebody to be groundbreaking. I feel like a lot of good artists get overlooked by these whack ass rappers that they could sign the bullshit deals. Because one thing I learned is that if an artist could make articulate lyrics and all of that type of shit, you better believe they're gonna read them contracts too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
they ain't just gonna sign anything.
The record labels or even the record business period, they bank on the fact that disparity drives some of these people to make some of these artists to make the bad decision because they're just so
desperation, and they play off that.
Yep.
That's why you never go to a business meeting hungry. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna take anything. Like, it's better to go full because you like, all right, well, if none of these deals work for me, I'll walk out the door.
I mean, if somebody's willing to give you X amount of money, then you should right then and there realize you're worth tenfold that if they're willing to give you this amount of money. You know what I mean? That alone should be like, the meetings to get up in that meeting, like, all right, well, you know what? We'll be in contact. Because once you know what they're offering, and that's just part of negotiating too. You walk away like, nah, that's not enough. I know what I'm worth. You know what I mean? Like,
let me ask you a question, right?
I know what. Oh, go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. What's one artist that you just pick one artist that you think is a great artist, makes great music, but never got his just due?
I'm gonna go straight to San Quinn from Frisco. Like I always really did. He's a great lyricist. You know what I mean? Obviously local. So like, I grew up, and he's like 5-6 years older than me. So like when I was growing up as a kid, listening to him, he'd been putting out music since he was like 16, and I saw him only get better and like become a legend in the Bay Area space. But like, and guys like Jim Jones and back in the early Dipset days, they used to show San Quinn and Messy Marvel a bunch of love, and they wanted to sign them, but these independent artists were like, "No, I'm making money all right here." They didn't have the foresight.
Best decision. Don't sign to no other rapper unless
Exactly.
he not rapping no more.
Exactly.
Y'all gonna be fighting for the spotlight. But yeah,
But
so San Quentin, I'm
Mhm.
say with me, it's Zero. I
Oh,
felt like
yeah.
Zero
I'm with
from
you.
Houston.
Out
I
of
felt like he
Houston.
never got his just due, and he makes great music, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Zero and Dre the Truth. That other unsung.
I don't
side-
listen to Trey the Truth, just Zero.
Yeah, well, I guess Dre the Truth
Yeah,
does
I
get
ain't no
his
fan of Trey the
just
Truth.
due. He does get he has a whole festival, right? Dre Day or Trey Day.
Trey Day, yeah. I don't see what's so like I'm not really into I don't feel like Trey is even as talented as Zero. That's just
Zero
my opinion.
fits,
Yeah. Like
and that
I
voice,
feel him
his
more. I feel
tonality
like
is fucking dope.
when they was linking up and doing songs together, I felt like Trey needed
Zero
Zero
carried
more
those
than
songs.
Zero needed Trey. Because Zero can ride that Cadillac by himself. He don't need somebody in the passenger seat.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
co-pilot.
So, but I think that's one of them that been in the game for a very long time, and I feel like he never got it just due. Yeah, Zero, definitely. Another one I feel like is Sauce Walker.
Yeah,
Sauce Walker is a phenomenal lyricist. Like
yeah, he be
phenomenal.
gassing, bro.
I'm telling you. But I don't feel like he got his just due. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and he's more lyrical than a lot of those rappers in the South. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm still here. I'm gonna turn this around because I'm gonna put one up. You know what I mean? Does it leave it dark now? Okay, cool. You can hear me, right?
Yeah. How long is gonna be around though?
I don't know, like the 2 minutes. I already got it twisted
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you can't wait like a couple minutes because I'm about to hop on
Oh,
this
yeah,
shit
okay,
with
yeah,
you,
no,
man.
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
But
Okay, well, you know what? Here's another rapper I think that the just do. Vince Staples. You know what I mean?
oh yeah.
I think Vince
That
Staples. You know
yo,
what? I think he doesn't like the
oh
industry
man,
though.
it should be criminal how they handle Vince Staples, bro. Like
Yeah.
him and Joey Fats, his cousin Joey Fats. To me, Joey Fats got he got that West Coast sound, man. And he got album like material. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I don't understand it, bro. Like, I mean, they doing good, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like they didn't get they just due, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Jay Worthy, let me not
Jay
forget
Worthy, that's one right there.
Jay Worthy, you know what I'm saying? But oh, somebody brought up a topic yesterday and was like, do you think between Wayne and Ross, who has a better catalog?
I'd say it's Ross. I hate to say it, but I think it's Ross.
I'm telling you, I said the same thing.
Like,
I said
because
the
my
same
mind always
thing.
wanted to just say Lil Wayne without even thinking. But I'm like, Ross got hella hits. Wayne got like the
Listen,
mixtapes, and I think that's what people just remember that part of their life when they were growing up and they were seeking out the mixtape Wheezy joints, and like they felt like this is the Wheezy that they think is the best, and I'm like, that was one time period of Wheezy's joint, and he was just probably. I'll give Wheezy this credit. He's one of the best featured artists in the game. Like his history of being a feature, dope. He made it, he carried a lot of people's songs. I think he has more better cosigns than Drake does. You know what I mean? Because like Wayne would get on a joint and that song will be a hit because he's on it. Like, screw the artist.
I told people, I said Wayne. Listen, I fuck with Wayne, but I said Wayne music is not going to age well. It's good for the time being.
Yeah, for that
It's
time
not
being,
some
exactly.
shit.
That's what I just said.
It's
Yeah.
not some shit that you can go 10 years later, 20 years later, and be like, yo, this shit is fire. Like I don't feel the same way. I'm not saying it's whack, but I just feel like his music he didn't make no classics. When you listen to this, Ross got an album called Rather You Than Me. That
I remember
album
that.
was fire from start to finish, bro. I don't give a fuck what the niggas say about Ross. He was CO and all this. Listen, when it come to music, that man know what he doing, bro.
Yeah.
That man know what he doing when he get inside that studio, bro. He know what he doing. He know how to pick his beats too. I ain't hear Ross rap on too many whack beats.
For Trick Daddy and Trina, he was in Slip and Slide as a writer /
Yeah.
on the label.
Yeah, he got a
And
strong
all the
pen.
while he was a CO at the same time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, as soon as he got his
Yeah,
foot in the game, he quit his job. He was like, I mean, that goes
yeah,
for
like
anybody that could be working at any kind of job when they're trying to get on. His
yeah.
job
I
just
mean,
happened to be he's a CO.
I mean, it's a job, you know what I mean? And I think the only thing people had a problem with is that he lied about it. I mean, if he would have just kept it
Yeah,
real, it's a job, man. You feel me? But
that's a fact.
with Ross, his pen is nasty. His pen is nasty, bro. And I don't know how people say they don't see it. They talking about their favorite artist, Boozy. I'm like, hey, listen, leave me alone. If you and nothing against Boozy, but if you put Boozy on a level of Jay-Z and you telling me Ross is whack, man, I don't even want to talk to you, bro. There's nothing to
You know what's
talk
so
about.
crazy about that statement is because when I think of Boozy, I'm thinking like, okay, what was the hits that put him on? Independent, INDB, right? Like that was 20 years ago, right?
Yeah, I
And I'm
think
like,
with Boozy
he's more polarizing now for the wild shit he be saying on
now
these
than he was
platforms.
then because he was going to jail a lot.
Yeah.
He that kind of messed up his whole rollout. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I didn't think
Because
he
he
was
he
in and
had
out
he
the
had
mud
a
for
nice
mud.
he had some shit. Like Boozy had some shit before he got locked up. He had some shit, but the thing with Boozy was when he got locked up, it threw everything off. You know what I mean? It threw everything off. So, but I do like Boozy though. I feel him. I like his music. I bought his album, all that. Like that's my nigga. I fuck with him.
Yeah,
But
I might be shitting on Boozy, and I'm you know what I'm saying, because I'm like, but really I haven't been checking for his music, so who's to say that
mm,
he ain't been having joints, and I'm the one that's just not that's you know what I mean, not knowing, you know what I mean?
I
Because
mean, Boozy, he has a core fan base. You know what I mean? But his
yeah,
music ain't for everybody. You know what I mean? His
yeah,
music is more like pain music. You know
that's
what
a
I mean? It's
fact.
not it's not the type of music where you looking for bars and hooks and all that. Even though he makes sure everything rhymes,
Yeah.
you're not looking for that from his music. You're looking more like you want to hear a story or you want to hear some pain. You know what I'm saying? Or
Did
some
he
good
ever
shit.
come out with that Bupac shit? Remember for a while there
Yeah,
he was
I
like
got it.
Bupac. Oh, is
I
that
got that
so?
joint right
It
on my
actually
phone.
he actually came out with an album called Bupac.
Yeah,
Oh shit, let's
yeah.
go.
Let me tell you something,
This is
yo.
why see
Yo,
that's
Boo,
the shit
yo.
like that why I like Boozy because Boozy will just do his own thing.
Let me tell you something. Boozy is one of the most authentic dudes in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you look back, at all this shit, he went to prison facing the needle, came home with nothing. Rap career was on pause, right? Got his shit back up, signed artist to his label. Artist got killed, went to a funeral. He got shot. You know what I'm saying? At the wake, broke his leg. He had cancer on his kidney. He beat the cancer. He got
Mhm.
diabetes. Like, bruh, man. You know
Oh,
what I'm
that's
saying? You
right. That's
gotta,
when he said he stopped drinking lean when he got diagnosed with
yeah,
diabetes. He said his lean
yeah,
habit was so crazy. Man, I have a whole fridge full of lean, man. He's like, we smoke a
yeah.
blunt, we dip it in the lean. I got so much. I'm smoking a cigarette, I dip it in the lean. I got so much lean, I'm putting lean on pancakes. I'm like this guy
That's
because I
ridiculous.
believe it though.
That's
I can
ridiculous,
see him putting
man.
syrup on, like he's putting syrup on the pancakes for
That shit is ridiculous.
real.
You know, I mean, at the end of the day, when you look, and the thing is, yeah, I feel like I wish they could slow down with this drug culture because it's like we lose some of the best artists from drugs, bro. If you think about it, from the 70s and 80s to now, like some of the
Yeah,
greatest artists we lost. If it wasn't drugs, then it was violence. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But yeah, that ain't no good. But it wasn't a rapper that just died not too long ago. Lil Papa, dude from Jacksonville. Yo, oh yeah, homie in the Matrix. But yeah, man, I'm about to hop off this live, man. Like it's good. Oh, damn, yeah, it's good. Look, I'm about to wrap up this live, but man, I'm gonna be back on here tomorrow. You know what I mean? Thanks for the support. Everybody in the chat, Christopher Del Toro, Jet YTZ, who what's it, Julian 2018, and Ray Turner. Yeah, thanks for the support, y'all. Peace.